this is the big pinnacle moment. This is really where my life changed, okay? This was like physical fitness, mental toughness challenge 1, okay? And this is really where our deals went from $100,000 equity deals to $1 million equity deals. Literally 10x. Race day. Tomorrow we're running 100 miles from here, Key Largo, all the way to Key West. And let me tell you, I just ran 2.15 miles and it's hotter than the hubs of heck. Coffee's here, so I guess we're gonna start crushing down some coffee. Okay guys, I'm going to tell you some stories and give you real life experiences on how I've been able to 10x the profits and portfolio size of our real estate investing business. He was doing something called the 75-day hard. Okay, this is a 75-day mental fitness, mental toughness challenge. Okay, 75 days. You can't drink. You have to work out twice. One has to be outside. You have to drink a gallon of water. You have to read 10 pages of personal development book. You have to stick to a diet. You can't cheat. If you cheat any one of those things, then you start back on day 1. You know what, so I told my wife, Christy, that I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the 75-day hard. You know, it's very challenging. So I tell her with those 5 criteria, first thing was that there's no drinking. She laughed her ass off. She's like, Brady, there is no way that you can do that. And you know what, at this point, I was bloated, I was chubby, I was fat, I felt shitty, I felt tired. I was just hanging around the wrong people. And I was just doing what I was always doing. But anyway, I took on this challenge head on. I stopped drinking a week before I started doing this. And I was going through withdrawals. I was shaking, I couldn't sleep, I was sweating. I was easing my way into it. And then when I did it, I rocked it. So 75 days later, when you're working, so what happened was on the 75-day hard, you gain a lot of clarity because you're eating healthy, you're pushing your body physically. You spend a lot of time by yourself. I had a lot of time to think about the business. I had a lot of time to think about myself and my personality and my relationships. And what happened was everything got better. Right? Every aspect of my life and every aspect of my business got better, including the deal size. I got more creative. Instead of having to rely on the drink, I relied on this challenge and I got more creative. I thought outside the box. I reached out to people that I wouldn't have created relationships with. And because of all of those little aspects of improvement, I was able to literally in 75 days convert our entire business into a development company instead of a renovation, like a burst strategy company. We then started taking down deals, buying land, buying houses on big lots, knocking down the houses, severing them, and setting it up so we could build purpose-built duplexes with coach houses. We'd buy one lot and convert it into 9 units. And we'd have to build it all new construction. It's a land development. But those deals went from $100,000 equity deals to $1 million. And that was all because of that one challenge. What that challenge did to me was prove to me that I could do hard stuff. When you run in here and you learn, you push yourself to get here, well, you now know that you can get to that next level. But if you're down here and you're looking at that next level, it's like so far away, it's so unattainable. You feel like you can never get there. Once you realize like, holy crap, I did this hard thing in between there, it's like all of a sudden that next hard thing is so attainable, it's doable. It's like doing this thing, you created the relationships with people that are gonna help you get here. And that's what was so important. And just realizing that 1, I can stop drinking. 2, I can do things that most people can't. That is an extremely hard challenge, 75-day hard. That is a life-changing experience, knowing that I could do that, pushing myself beyond what everybody thought I was capable of and pushing myself beyond what I would thought I was capable of. When you're running and when you're biking and you're swimming, you're doing all these activities in your head, right? You're talking yourself into doing things you don't want to do nonstop. You're thinking about your business, you're thinking about your relationships. You get ideas, you get clarity, you get inspiration, you feel pain, you get over the pain, and you realize that you can do this stuff. When I did the 75 hard, I went from $100,000 equity deals to $1 million equity deals. When I did the Ironman training, I went from $1 million equity deals to a $10 million equity deal. Okay, that is because of 2 things. Those are both physical fitness, mental toughness challenges. You know, like 75 hard, Ironman training, Ironman competing, like those are two things that are completely not related to business, but the benefits and the results are. Well, this weekend we were actually in Florida Keys and we ran 100 miles from Key Largo to Key West. It was unbelievable. There were 6 of us. It took us 14 hours and 14 minutes to do that run, and it was absolutely amazing experience. You know, it's just another big check off the box. And during that, we learned a ton of stuff as well. The thing about doing mentally tough things is that it really allows you to level up and achieve something that you never thought you'd dream of achieving. For example, 100-mile run, 50-mile run. I never thought that I would do a 50-mile run or that I was even capable. I never thought I was able to do an Ironman. But for example, we just did this 100-mile run from Key Largo to Key West. This is a relay. So I ended up running 20 miles out of the 100. During this run, you also have the option, you could sign up for a 50-mile run solo, or you could sign up for a 100-mile run solo. Let me tell you, before I did this run, I didn't ever think that I would want to or be capable of running 50 miles. But let me tell you what changed. Now that I've seen the course, I got clarity. I now have more awareness as to what it's about and what I would need to do to be prepared for it and what I would have to endure during it, that I know I can crush a 50-mile run. But that is because I am now used to doing hard things. I pushed myself beyond what I thought was capable of and did this thing, so that allows me to do that next really hard thing. And this exact same thing is relative in business. For example, if I didn't take that leap of faith to say, screw it, I'm going to the US, I want to 10x my business, my life, because that's the opportunity that we have here, then I wouldn't have been able to put myself in the room to take down these big self-storage deals. Now, once I was able to take down that self-storage deal and start building out the team, now I'm to the point where I'm gonna create a $30 million fund. That $30 million fund is gonna fund all of our self-storage deals. And what do you think is gonna happen next? I know what's already gonna happen next. I just know just from my physical fitness, my mental toughness challenges, that once I do this, I can do this and I can do this. Well, the next thing I'm gonna be able to do is I'm gonna do a $1 billion fund eventually. I'll have $1 billion under asset, no problem in the next 10 years, I can guarantee you. When I'm gonna run 100 miles from Key Largo to Key West with a team of 6 of us, it's the exact same routine as what I do when I wake up just to crush life and crush my goals, crush my to-do list, right? It's the exact same routine. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I had a coffee, I had a shake, I had my banana. That's enough fuel for you to start off a 100-mile race. It's also the best fuel for you to start your day off right, if it's just, you know, a normal work day. Morning routine is super important. Whoever you surround yourself, like if you're surrounding yourself with drinkers, what are you gonna do? You're probably gonna drink. If you're surrounding yourself with smokers, what are you gonna do? You probably turn into a smoker. If you're hanging around with a bunch of losers, you're probably gonna turn into a loser. If you're hanging around a bunch of Ironman athletes, you're probably gonna turn into an Ironman athlete.